How's it going, everyone? Let's take a peek at my Marvel Legends collection and the latest update. I've done a couple things. I had this extra shelf. This was my magic shelf, and I had some of my larger icons as kind of a spillover. And then I also have several waves. I have the Thor wave, a few exclusives. There's the Netflix wave in there as well. And I also have a lot of the Spider-Man wave, and again, just a couple extra things to put away. So what I'm going to actually do is I have a brand new shelf. I actually have two different sections for my movie figures, and since we have the new Netflix figures too, I decided what I would do is go ahead and just make myself a Marvel movie section. I was lucky enough to get both of the Comic-Con exclusives, and I put them on display, but I've put them in package. You can see here the triangles actually make a very, very nice kind of dividing thing. And what I often do is I put old map pages down on the shelves to kind of just give it a nice, interesting bottom. There are some of the older film figures. And here you can see what I've done on the top with my San Diego Comic-Cons and just a few of the extra figures. Down in the bottom, you can see I've got my movie Thor figures, the Build-A-Figure Hulk. And then going around, you can see I've kind of propped some of the figures up and matched them with the San Diego Comic-Cons when appropriate with the Thors. Again, I have people like Captain Britain and a lot of the Doctor Strange figures in this section. I also have one of my older Thor figures by Bohr, and there's actually a figure in there from the Magic collection, but nonetheless, it's a good figure. There's the Marvel Select, and I use him to hold open the A4 set that came from Toys R Us, and then on the top I've got some of my favorite figures, the Ares, the Hela, that type of thing. Now we're down on the bottom shelf, and this is, I had a whole collection of Funkos there that I use as levels, and you can see I've got my Guardians on the bottom with my Ego 2-pack there on the top. Kind of moving around the side there, I have the older Winter Soldier, I have the Toys R Us Shield 3-pack, and then moving around out, you always get an extra Captain America, Spider-Man, and Iron Man, so I have those folks in the front. That Vision technically isn't a movie figure, but we didn't get a movie Vision, so I just put him in with the Avengers. And you can see I've got my Black Panther there. I also have a little bit of room there for a few more figures. You can see two different Captain Americas. Then around the side I've got my Ant-Man Build-A-Figure and also my Ultron Build-A-Figure. Up at the very top, I've got my classic Marvel Legends film figures along with the new Netflix ones. And I've also tried to do parallels like the two different movie Punishers. And you can see Jessica Jones there in the background as well. This is what I did with the space. I put in some of the new Spider-Man figures, but I have a lot of room to kind of grow. You can see that shelf in connection with some of the other stuff I have. And then over on the other side, I've taken my Techno and Ultimate Spider-Man villains and moved them down. Some of them are actually Iron Man bad guys anyway, and it works nicely into that kind of spillover Iron Man section that I have. And then at the very top, I was able to space out this Spider-Man shelf that had gotten really too cluttered and put Tombstone in there. And then very lastly, I have my Captain Universe figure up top with my Inhumans. Thanks for watching.